Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Lost Skies. We are currently heading to island number 32, Ravara. It is a medium difficulty island with 5 data banks. Unfortunately, though, this is also another one of my least favorite islands because that in there is a massive maze that has everything inside of it. And there's also some bull mantis here, actually. So I should probably come to a stop and start taking a look out for them because they are going to attack when we get close enough. I really need to redesign the deck of this ship. It's just too much of a pain. So, and a lot of times they don't render until they're already on the attack. So you got to be really careful. Usually they hang out like in the middle here, but I don't know yet. I gotta keep an eye out for them because I definitely don't want them coming after me before I'm ready. So I'm kind of keeping an eye out. But we're going to go down into one of these doors over here that leads down into a maze. And then somebody did go through and make a drawing for it. So that makes life a lot easier. I don't see. So I need to go, I do need to go look up that drawing. Where are these mantas? I know they're here. Problem is that the mantas aren't always in the same spot when you come back to these islands, so who knows where they are. Okay. I do need to try to find that map. I'm not looking for the interactive map. So give me a second to try to find this, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I was able... Oh. Sorry, I had a video in the background, and my pause button is linked to my video button. It's just... whatever. Okay, so I'm not sure where the bull mantas are, and I don't necessarily need to fight them. It's not like there's experience points in this game, so I think we'll just make a break for it. Because I'm 90% sure that everything is inside the little maze area down here. So let's they're not going to attack my ship or anything unless I'm over there, which is nice. So we just need to get down to here. I believe that the entrance is easier to get to in that door. This map does, or this island. Oh, that was weird. Just kind of flung my camera around. This island does have some pretty decent blue rated stuff if you want to find it. So you can absolutely like go around and try to find like stuff like that if you need it. But I'm at the point now where I don't really need any of that, so we're just going to go ahead and head down in here. So what you're looking for is the little green... I gotta remember how to get in here, because getting into this is a little bit less than obvious. Oh, crap. Alright, well, we'll take care of this guy real quick. Alright. Hopefully that's the end of him. Okay. So we'll get into that. Grab all of that. I don't really need any of that. Denied Ascension is what we're using right now, so I don't... We're not going to be able to easily head back to the ship once we get down to the maze, so I don't really want to use... Oh, I have a bunch of stuff in my inventory here. Okay, again, give me a second. I need to head back to my ship to empty out my inventory because... Yeah. Alright, went back and emptied out most of my inventory. And so we'll head back into here. There is a chute that goes down. I gotta remember how to get... Oh, there's our bull mantas. Hopefully they're far enough away that they'll leave me alone. There is a chute that leads down into the tunnel. I can't remember... Oh, here it is. It's right here. So you just hop down in here. And this leads you down into the maze. Okay, so as much as I don't want to, I am going to have to hide my content thing so I can keep track of... Well, actually, let me move this over here. Okay, so I gotta keep an eye on my recording to make sure that that's happening. So, I don't have a way of overlaying the map as far as I know to make it easy for you guys to see. Not really. Maybe I can do a window capture and just shrink it for now. It's gonna be that, and then we can do that. okay. Maybe I can just bring this up and hide it every once in a while. Okay, so you can't. Am I able to? Am I able to actually get over to this and show? Oh, here we go. Okay, we are currently located right here, and then if you look at, okay, that's not what I'm looking for. If you look at, I know it's hard for you guys to tell what it is, but there's some chests, right? The C represents a chest, the S is a statue, and then the D's are data banks. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 in here, and the map tells us that there are supposed to be 5. So maybe there's 1 outside. So we'll get 4 of them in here. There's a bunch of chests in here that we'll try to grab as well. So what we want to do, I think, is we want to go through the entryway here. There's going to be 2 statues. We want to follow the left statue. Follow that up and around. There'll be a chest over here, and then we can follow this around to where there's 2 chests over here, and then we just follow that around over here to our first data bank. Ideally, that is what we're going to try to do. So, like I said, we followed this around until we get to the part where we see... Oh, well, here's the chest. Okay, I think I think the beginning of the map is a little bit not super clear. Because I think that what this is, I think that this chest is this chest right here. So I don't, that's a little bit confusing. So ideally, we just, from this chest, we just go north. I think, yeah, I think ideally from this chest, we go north. We go north from here and follow the passageway around. It's going to curve to the left and then swing back 180 to the east. And then that gets us to a statue. We hang a right at the statue to go south, and then we go east again, and then around this wall there should be 2 chests. There we go. All right. It always defaults to the thing I don't want. I don't care about tin or any of that stuff. I'll take glass because eventually all right, so hold on. From here, I need to not get confused here. So from here, we want to go south and then east. And then follow that all the way to the end. It'll go north and then east again. And then it'll go north once we get to the next opening, which should take us to a data bank, which I've already got these. From here, we go south to the wall. We hang a left. It goes back to the north. There should be a statue right here. And then we follow that around this way to the south. This is going to take us to a gap on the left. From the gap on the left, there should be a statue there and a statue way up there. We follow this up to the right. So let me just kind of take you, I know it's kind of slow, but I want to take you on the journey so far. We started over here at this chest. We followed this pathway up here. We came back around, we came down up and around here to these 2 chests. That was the 2 chests that we found. Then we went south and then east and followed this up this way until we got to that. Then we came back down here, came up here, and we're currently located right in this hallway right here. We're going to try to go, we're going to need to go to the east, south, east, north, west, and then just kind of snake our way over here to this data bank. That's what we're trying to get to right now. So from here, I need to take this one that's further to the south and just kind of swing it. Oh, there's a chest here. There's a couple of chests here. So we'll grab this. Oh, I'll take the data bank. I have all of that. I will take all the briefs I can get. Reinforced wooden propeller. I think I have that, but I'm going to pick it up anyway. All right, so that chest, these 2 chests are located actually in a pretty convenient spot. If I head to the east from here and kind of swing my way around this area here, I can do that. And then I follow this hallway up this way and come around. And then at my first opportunity to go east, we follow this hallway in like this. Go down to the south here, and in this big room, this is where we are. So, to show you what we just did, I ended up hitting these 2 chests right here, and then we just kind of swung around like this to get over here. Okay, so now we have to go all the way back the same way we came because there's no way to get down here from here. So we go all, can you, I don't think you can see. I might have screwed that up for you, sorry. So we came from here, all the way over here, up to here, and then we came down here like this. came down to these chests here, then we came over this way like this, and it came all the way to here. So now to get back, we need to go all the way back. We'd have to basically retrace our steps all the way back to this hallway here, and then we have to go down this way to get to the other 2 databanks. There's 2 databanks? Yeah, to get to the other 2 databanks. So we'll get to this one, and then we'll swing over, up and over to the chests, and then over down to this one. And then there's an exit down. There's an exit down here. So that's what we're doing right now. I need to swing my way back to try to get over to this one right there. Excuse me. And I think what I'll do is I'll just minimize that because it'll force me to actually click on the window so that you guys can see what... Oh, I can't. I have to have it up because I can't see the map if I don't do that. So never mind. That doesn't work that way. All right, we're at the data bank. I need to head west from here all the way to the wall. I'm going to head south, actually, for a second, because there is a chest nearby. If we just go around like this, it's close enough that it was worth taking a reinforced metal propeller. That sounds fun. Okay. So we'll go back. So we're heading west, and then we're heading north. And then at our first opportunity to go west again, we do that, follow this hallway. We come back down to the south. Back down to the south. Follow the hallway east and then south again, and then to the west. And then back this way, I think. Nope, that's this statue here. So we go back up this way. Okay, we follow this hallway around like that. These are the 2 chests that we did. We need to go north, and then we go west and south again, and then immediately take a right to go back to the east. There's 2 statues here, so we need to go north from here. Follow this hallway here down as far as it goes. Seraph Nano Energy. And then we start going south from here. This is going to take us to a data bank right over there. So I'll show you the map so you can see where we went, because I know it gets a little bit confusing when you can't see what's going on, because the map, it is what it is. Okay, so we were over here. We went this way. We came down here to get this chest right there. Then we came back up here and came down this way to get back to the chests that we did. Then we came up and down over this way and followed the pathway all the way down here to this one. So this would be 3 out of the 5 on this island that it says that there is. So from here, we need to go south and then east, and then up into this big chamber where there's 2 chests, and then we go down here like this to get over to the data bank, and then we can just go straight out, and there's a hole here that lets us back out of this area here. So that's what we're going to do. I'll go back over that again once we're done. I know it's kind of hard to follow that, and it's going to be kind of hard. Like, if I had remembered that I needed the map and all of that stuff, I might have tried to figure out a way to make it so that you guys could follow along as we went, but there was just... I didn't think about it. Okay, so where are we? We're at this data bank here. We're at this data bank here, and the chest is there, and we're going around this here. We're just trying to go south as far as we can. And then once we get to this part... hold on. Does this go... I think we go this way, and then we go this... Nope, that's a statue. Where am I? Oh, I'm way down at the bottom. Okay, hold on. I went too far. So we need to go back up and then take an immediate right here. Right? And then we immediately go south and then follow this hallway as far to the east as it'll go. And then we go north and then east. And then we just follow this one here. This will take us up into that big room that I showed you that's going to have 2 chests in it. It's got 2 big chests in it. So we'll see what kind of cool goodies we get out of this. Ventilated Rival. Commemorate AR-12? What? Okay, we'll check that out here in a second. Coursing Twin Sails. I already have that. I don't remember if I have the geometric... I have a large curved lip panel. Okay. So from here, we want to go east and then south as soon as possible. And then we follow this around until it allows us to go south again, right? And then we can follow it this way. There's 2 different routes to get there, but we can follow it this way and then swing around, and it's right here. So this is number 4. And 4 out of 5 is generally what I'm going for, or, you know, getting to where we only have 1 left is completion for me. We'll poke around the rest of the island a little bit just to see if we can find it, but here's the hole that lets you out. So from that data bank over here, was it over here? Yeah, from this data bank over here, you just head east and follow, just keep going right until you get to the hole that's over here. And that's how you get out of here. So you can explore. There's more chests and stuff around that you could explore. I don't really like mazes, and I have no intention of exploring it myself, but you're perfectly willing, or you're perfectly... Oh, I'm sorry. Let me actually show you on the map, because I keep forgetting that part. So we were over here, right? We kind of followed the path south until we hit the wall, went east, north, followed we kind of went straight ahead, kind of at an angle to get into this here, then came up into the two big chests area. And then we just followed out of that room, we went east and south, and then just kind of followed this around. And then I came this way to come around to this, but you could also go just straight south and come back up this way. Either way, it works. And then from here, you just go straight east and just keep making right turns until you get to the hole. That's how that works. So that's it for the maze portion of this particular island. So I did want to try to take a second to see if maybe we can look at one or two more other places on the island just to see if we could find that last one. It didn't take us because we had the map, it didn't take us that long to get through the maze portion of this. So I just want to go check out that other island over there and see if maybe there might be... See if there might be a shipwreck or something else over there that is going to allow us to get this. I'm really trying to avoid those bull mantas because I don't really need anything that they provide for me. Anything that they provide, so it would be a waste of ammunition and time and all that stuff to kill them. I couldn't get my mouse to fling around fast enough, and I have the sensitivity turned up all the way. Just couldn't get it to turn. I couldn't get my hand to turn it down far enough to get it to actually do that. I don't remember there being anything on this island. I think this was mostly just for like farming stuff. So as far as I'm aware, that's probably all that we're gonna find here. You could definitely search around and try to be super meticulous to find the last of the pieces, or the last of the data banks or whatever, but I personally don't like to... I'm not a 100%er kind of person. It feels like a massive waste of time to go after things. Because, you know, you start getting diminishing returns. Once you start really focusing on trying to get every little bit... Ooh. Once you really start focusing on trying to get every little bit of stuff, you end up spending more and more time to get less and less back out of it. So that's how I feel about that. Let's go ahead and do some learning here. We got the reinforced wooden propeller. I don't remember that one. Ventilated rival is like it's a type of engine. I'm not sure how good it is compared to some of the other stuff. I think it's one of the mid-range or the lower range one. Standard issue auto rifle used throughout Sabor. Sturdy and reliable. Interesting. I'm pretty sure I had the coursing twin sails and the geometric pattern rug. So yeah, for ship flight. The sails, yeah, the coursing twin sails, I've had these for a while. Not that big of a deal. As far as the machine gun, though, or it's a semi, I think it said it was a semi-auto rifle. Let's check that out real quick. Commemorate AR-12. Like how it's AR-12 and not AR-15. Okay, so the damage is 72. Shoots really, it's an automatic rifle. Okay, that's why. So you could make this really fast, but I mean, I'm a minimum. It's just, I imagine at some point they're gonna make it so that the different ammo types probably use less material. So like light ammo, you'll get more ammo out of the same material as like heavy ammo. If they do that, then it makes weapons like this more feasible, because then it's like, well, it still costs me the same material to do the same amount of damage. I'm just spray and pray rather than one shot, one kill kind of mentality. But as long as it still costs you the same amount to make heavy ammo as it does to make light ammunition, none of these make sense to use. They just don't make any sense at all. So I hope they change that, because it would be nice if, you know, going for smaller, lighter weapons that fire more rounds to do the damage had a reason to do it. But as long as the ammo crafting is the way it is right now, it just doesn't make any sense at all. The cost of materials is just exponentially higher for smaller stuff. So that's just the way that goes. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It's basically a An AK-47, basically, full auto AK-47. It's not an AR. It's not the equivalent to the AR-15, because the AR-15 does not have a full auto mode unless you have to shave a piece off of the receiver to make that, to one of the catches on the receiver to make that work. AR-15s at most, unless you've made that modification or you've bought the full, like even the M16. I served as a Marine for 11 years of my life. The M16 combat service rifle only has a 3-round burst on it. It's not a full auto weapon. So this is not an AR-12 equivalent if it goes brrr. This is more like an AK-47, because that does come in a full auto mode. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's episode. In tomorrow's episode, we are going to be heading over to... Actually, I can do that. We are going to be heading over from this island right here, island number 32. We're skipping 14 because 14 is a massive pain in the butt, and I could never figure out how to get the last puzzle done. So I'm just not going to waste your time with this island. I don't know how to complete it, and I'm not even going to try to go do that. We're going to head over to island number 15, Friendly Fire. This is one of my favorite islands, because not because it's easy. It says hard. It's not hard. It's not because it's easy. It's because there's a lot of really good material there, and it doesn't take very long to get through it. So we'll go through this one tomorrow. I guess it'll be Monday for you guys. But anyways, the next episode we'll go through this one. It is directly north from us here, so I'll go ahead, get that started while we do our outro. So again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click the like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. You can also join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks, or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip at the thanks button. I also have PayPal and Patreon links for those of you who prefer to go that route, because some people do like to go outside of YouTube to help out with channels and stuff like that. So that option is there for your convenience. So again, thanks for watching. Be sure to come back for tomorrow's episode, and I'll see you then.